Hey Gemini, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do September general. If it's yours, you'll know. If it's not yours, you'll also know. So just bear that in mind. Wanted to do a relationship read up front because the tarot was like, I'm not talking until the relationship part's done. So let's see what's going on there, huh? We're going to do that with the oracle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me one good one. There she is. Okay. So, Fox is at the center here. So, let me see what other cards come out before I go and run my mouth. So, here we go. We have got the Fox at the center. So, there is kind of like, I'm not going to say it's a standoff, but it's like watching. Like, I feel like both parties can, looking at these, it's kind of like, you know, feeling each other out. There's possibly some flirting going on. You know what I mean? So, because the challenge is the broken mirror. The broken mirror is not being able to see stuff the same way again. So it's like, if y'all get into it, is it going to be the same? And then the woman is the kind of the outcome. So we'll clarify her. But like I said, there's only 2 people in the deck, a guy and a girl. So just take it as like the energy of the person that we're talking about. So on this side, we have the safe and the crane or the stork. That is, you know, storks migrate. They want stuff to change. They want to go to something better. Safes are where you put important stuff. But there's also potentially like a little bit of a combination lock situation where, you know, it's like turn left, turn right. It's like, and you don't know the combo quite yet to make this change. Over here you have the heart, and then you have the Cupid. Okay, the Cupid is a lovely card, right? But he's still stabbing you. There's still a little bit of blood involved. So there's some work involved. There's some blood, sweat, and tears. So I don't know. There is, if this is going to work, it's like mutual feeling each other out situation. And it's like, if we do this, it's not going to be the same. So I'm not saying if it's a friends with bennies or whatever, but it's like, who's gonna make the first move? You know, it's like a will they, won't they? Because you have the clouds on this side, and then you have the scythe on this side. Situations could change for whoever this person's is. Someone has to kind of cut some stuff out, make some changes. This person's also like, I don't know what the combination is to make this work, but the longevity, and it's like right on the other side of it. It's like there's potential. But I feel like someone needs to kind of be a little more authentic. So they could be cutting out the fake stuff. The stuff that's like not real. But there's a recognition with this moon. It's not like tarot moon. There is kind of like recognition about making some kind of commitment-y situation. Alright? So with the lady, something, you know, like I said, this is just the other person. I feel like somebody has to end something. Because you got the scythe back here. Something has to wrap up. I don't know if this is another relationship. There could be, I don't get moving necessarily, but something needs to wrap up for this person, whether it's their own thing, but I feel like you get the news that it is kind of shifting. Stuff is shifting here. An offer is possible. Okay, here's the other person. I feel like there is a coming together, but motives are a big thing. Like, when you see it, are you going to like what you finally see? But I feel like this takes a level of, not necessarily discipline, but like if you're going to do it, you have to do it right. You can't just be real willy-nilly about it. So what is this tree about here? The clover. I hate to say don't just leave it up to luck and be like, oh, it's the universe. Like whatever. It does require some nuts and bolts stuff. Because it's like, once that broken mirror happens, you don't put it back together. Once that line is crossed, it's like you can't just be like, I take it back, I was kidding. Like, there is none of that. You know? So it's like there is some putting in work. You know? And I think it'll be worth it, but at the same time, it's like someone has to make the first move. And I feel like as soon as something changes for this person, you know, or you, could it be either or, the wheels start to turn. But like I said, you got to be authentico. So now the tarot wants to talk. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, Gemini. So, kid dookie. So at the center we have the World upright, okay? So obviously something, like I said, has to end, close out, etc. Looking at the 4 corners, you have the 7 of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and then you have the Moon reversed. So like I said, there's like an authentico thing. It's like, please don't show up here with any kind of lackluster, disappointing, etc. Somebody, I'm going to go out on a limb here. If there was any kind of like tussling or this might have actually led to, you know, when you really like something, or you like really like each other, but it can't work, and for whatever reason at that moment, it's almost like you just have this energy of like, oh my God, I hate your face. Like I don't mean it like that, but it kind of like causes like these jibba jabba fighting type energies, because it's like you can't make it go the way that you want it to. And with that 7 of Wands, there might have been like a whoa, 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 whoa. Just give it a break here, because with this Queen of Pentacles reversed, it can't grow. We can't nurture this. We can't put time and energy into it, because we're going to be really disappointed if we get involved in this. Now, I know I'm making this go relationshipy, but the tarot is kind of piggybacking off the other stuff. So with the Hermit reversed, though, there is like an element of like being willing to put yourself out there. But with the Page of Pentacles, it's like baby stepping. It's like we couldn't nurture it and do the stuff that we had to do, but there's a Page of Pentacles. You know, we're not at the 10 of Cups yet, because that's reversed. There's a lot more groundwork that has to be done. And with the Moon reversed, there's a lot of stuff that has to kind of come out, has to see the light of day. Remember, like I said, we gotta do the broken mirror business, because once that all comes out, you're not going to be able to. There's no take backs. There's no take backsies, because once this stuff all kind of pours out, it's almost like, do you still want to still do this? Like, have you seen the amount of crap? Ace of Pentacles, though. All right, so with this Moon, 10 of Wands. It's freeing, and you're not tussling anymore, but it's like there's a little bit to go between start point and the whole enchilada commitment. But I feel like it all starts when this other thing wraps up. Yes, 3 of Swords reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, and the 3 of Wands. It's like there's a little bit of a gap. So if you're not talking right now, there's a desire to do that, because with that 7 of Wands, that's why I say they're not talking. There's like a, but no. Like we can't put any energy to this right now. I'm not saying there's cheating or whatever, but here's the King of Wands. We can't do anything. We can't do anything about it at the moment, and we can't give to the situation. Like you can't put pressure on something that just needs to run its course. You know what I mean? Of Cups reversed, 7 of Swords reversed. So there is an element of like, if we're going to do this, like it has to be done right. This could be in a relationship, this could be work. I'm not getting a lot of worky stuff, but what I'm saying is, it's like whatever's coming out, whatever is happening or shifting, it's coming from a very like, no, this has to be on the up and up from the get-go. Like there is no shirking around, and we might have to start from, you know, the beginning. Page of Cups reversed, Page of Swords reversed, 6 of Pentacles. So it's like you don't want to be doing this kind of, it's not even underhanded. Like you don't want to put your emotions into it. You don't want to have to be worrying about this like back and forth, like will they, won't they energy, because you just, if your time and energy is going to have to go into it, like I said, I keep going back to the word authentic. Like it has to be it. Temperance, okay? Yes, it has to be balanced. It's like if we're going to start this, it's got to be like, we had to build the foundation right. We had to build the walls right. You know, everything's framed correctly before we start trying to furnish this relationship or whatever it may be. So, Lenormand-wise, what can Gemini do? The clouds. It's a little like, I'm not saying sketchy in a bad way, but it's like you don't have a clear path forward necessarily. These only do one at a time. So, what is it? The ship. Takes a little bit of time. There is a desire for this to happen, but ships take a little longer. It's not like cars. It's not like, you know, horses. It's a little slower. So, what about it? We only do one at a time, but that's the whip in the book, okay? Come here. Oh my goodness, okay. The letter and the snake. Can we just get like one, por favor? Don't make me shuffle you. Because the combos that are coming out make sense, but like I can't just take it. All right. So ultimately you have the whip. If we're reading the ship as like the desire to do this, it takes discipline and action. But with the clouds, it's like, what is the action? Like it's nothing, there's no absolute clear path forward. There's just forward at this point. So if we're looking at, you know, in kind of like a sentence, it's like you're confused about how you're going to move forward, but you have to kind of take actions. Also, to go back to it, there could just be a very physical aspect to this, and I'm not saying lean on that at the moment, but if, you know, that's kind of, I hate to say not what you need to do, but it's an element, okay? Just respect that element as part of your element, you know what I mean? Or, you know, if you are not talking to each other, that's the thing that kind of kicks it back off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But just make sure if you're laying groundwork that the other person's like clear or you're clear to do so. You know what I mean? Because the opportunities are there. It's just something has to kind of wrap up. So with the elk, we have nobility. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. I almost said timeless. Either way, if you're Gemini. So Gemini, that's what we have. So, I mean, it sounds kind of like soap opera-y, but I feel like as long as you do the stuff that you need to do with it and let this other person deal with their business or whatever business you have to deal with, and there's transparency, I think there's room to grow. All right? So Gemini, that's what I have for you, and I'll talk to you later.